was January 13th. That morning, it was probably 8:30 in the morning. I get a call from Shelby.
He said, "No, you're lying." I was like, "No." It was kind of a slow conversation. I wasn't really feeling my best, and I just needed to make sure that somebody was up there with her to be okay.
Right in the middle of the baseball season and traveling and all this hectic stuff. Would I have rather been home? Probably yes, but could I control that? No. So, we're hit with things in life that were not expected.
Like her being in the hospital, not knowing what's going on at all times during the day. You just really worry about them because it's up and down how she was every day. She could be good one day, the next day she wasn't having a good day. It's just very, very stressful on anybody.
One thing that she said that really was like, man, God really has her in her hands, was when she said that, she came out and she let out a little cry. I said, for a baby that's 1 pound and she's, born at 26 weeks, letting out a cry is pretty impressive. And she says, "Hey, Brooklyn was born." I was like, hold on, did I just hear what I think I said? Like, what are you talking about? Because she wasn't supposed to be born until April. She's like, yeah, she was born this morning, was rushed to the hospital. She got lifeline to St. Vincent's. She's in the NICU, she's under care right now. And the fact that she was able to, breathe on her own for just a little bit before they got her to the hospital was really, really cool as well. Shelby didn't really get to see her that much because, it was a bang thing when she was born. She saw her for a second, didn't really get to put hands on her or hold her because they had to hurry up and go to the NICU. So I rushed immediately. I called Coach Malone. He's like, "Hey, Coach, here's the situation." And he just, he goes, if you ever need anything, you can always, get a hold of me. Just explain things to me ahead of time, and I'll bear with you. And he does. He supports me 100%. Just like all the guys on the team do, they support me.
He stayed the course. He's been there for his daughter. Certainly in the big scheme of life, that's far more important than the great game of baseball. And he's done a great job of balancing that. I'm proud of him for that.
Her name's Brooklyn. Brooklyn just turned a year old in January. January 13th was her first birthday. She actually is a smaller 1-year-old because she was born 4 months premature. She was born at 1 pound 15 ounces. She was in the NICU in St. Vincent's in Westside Indianapolis for 4 months. And later towards the end of the baseball season last year, I think actually the MAC championship game was the day she came home. It's kind of a situation I was like, man, do I need to go home and help take her home, this and that. But luckily my girlfriend back home was able to say, no, you stay there, you play the game. I'll take care of everything at home and we'll see you tomorrow. So that was something that was rough for me. Last year was, battling back and forth of going to school, coming to baseball, going back home, going to the hospital to see her. Really rough time. But I don't think any of this would be possible without my girlfriend, who's busted her butt. She was up at the hospital every single night for 4 months straight with Brooklyn by her side. So that was just something really cool.
It was hard at first because I was up at the hospital every day and he was at school and he couldn't drive up to Indy every day. But just being able to text him every day and tell him positive news about Brooklyn, it really just helped us.
It's just real tough because at that point when she was born, I didn't have a car on campus. So it was, opportunities that whenever guys on the team were able to let me borrow their car, that was the time I was gonna be able to go home.
If he ever has a problem, I drop everything for sure. And I know he'd do the same thing for me because he's kind of like a brother to me. And I love the dude. He's like my brother.
I think having my parents and my girlfriend's parents, our parents have been so helpful, especially hers, being able to help babysit while my girlfriend Shelby's at work or this and that, and while I'm at school, she's able to stay home. So it's just, things couldn't be any better than how they are right now. Things could have been a lot worse. I think she's changed my life, but I've had to mature real quick. I do like to joke around every once in a while.
You can tell he's grown up a ton, which I really respect that.
Time comes once baseball is over and once practice is over, lifting's done, I'm going home. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna be with my family. That's what matters to me at that point. I'm not going to worry about baseball throughout the day. I mean, when practices happen, that's my full focus. But once practice is over, my family's going to be at my focus.
She loves Mitch. She loves her daddy. She's happy, she claps, she yells, she's excited.
There's something I always have, in my hat because, family means a lot to me. I'll have my hat, I have a cross in the middle of my hat, and then I have Brooklyn on one side and then Shelby on the other side. And I always say a little prayer, I always bend down, and I always say, Lord, to me and you, Shelby, Brooklyn, love you guys. So I always know I have them in the back of my head, and Brooklyn went through all that. I think I can go on the mound and pitch, 2 or 3 innings and be fine. She's sitting there with oxygen and stuff on her all the time, so I think that's, I'm breathing fresh air on the pitching mound, on the field. Nothing's better than that.